Hello everyone, my name's Kaz and today I'm going to be talking about the COSMEREALONG. That's right, I am participating in a read-along for the books set within the Cosmere by Brandon Sanderson. And I'm really excited about it and I hope you guys are too, so you can join along and let's discuss all of the books. So this read-along is hosted by the wonderful Rachael and it's going to be running through her book club, the Royally Booked Club. It's going to be a year-long read-along. I'll talk about the breakdown of the books and like the estimated dates of the live shows in just a moment. This read-along has come at the perfect time in my life because I've been meaning to read more Brandon Sanderson and it's well past time that I read some of these books. Now, it's not that I haven't read any Brandon Sanderson before. I've read some of his younger stuff like The Arithmetist and Skyward, and I have read Warbreaker and I freaking loved it, but I haven't read like any of his other adult books yet. So this is going to kick my butt into gear. We're going to be reading the books in the Cosmere. Wow, that rhymed. Guys, I'm really excited to do it. I'm so excited. I'm going to be one of the permanent hosts for the read-along. We do have some other amazing hosts at the moment, including Jaded Reader, Becca and the Books, Bowties and Books, and Catherine Reads. Throughout the year, there might be some hosts who drop in, there might be some additional hosts who come along, but at this stage, this is the wonderful team that we have for now, and we will be cycling through hosting live shows on each of our channels. I'll have everything in the description below, but I would recommend following the Twitter account for Royally Booked because all of the information will be there in one place, all of the updates, official announcements, and times for the live shows, all that good stuff. So, which books are we going to be reading and in what order? People who have read all of the works will have different opinions on what the right order is. I know that Rachael and Marie did a lot of research and asked a few people who have read a lot of the series and decided on a specific order that we're all going to be reading it in. So we've got a game plan for the year and we're going to be spending about 6 to 8 weeks on each book. I will note as well that there are a lot of novellas and short stories within the Cosmereverse as well that are recommended but not necessary in order to participate in the read-along. During the live shows, I'm sure we will be discussing some of these novellas and short stories, but they're not going to be like the main focus of them. And that's going to be because like in one particular segment, we'll have the one book we read, and then there might be a couple of additional smaller stories that we add for that segment, if that makes sense. So we're not going to have like specific times for individual short stories and novellas. They're just going to kind of fall around the other books. So now I'm going to talk about the game plan, the reading order that has been decided upon, and I will also include this in the description below so you can come back and reference it, copy it somewhere, make a note of it, whatever pleases you. Rachael has made a note of which channel these will be on, but again, as I mentioned, some hosts may pop in and out, so this may change. But our current plan, in February and March, we're going to be starting with Elantris, with the live show sometime around March 28th. And during this time, we're going to be reading Elantris, as well as The Hope of Elantris and The Emperor's Soul. We'll be then moving on to Mistborn, Era 1. April and the first part of May, with the live show sometime around May 10th, we're going to be starting with The Final Empire. And then the last part of May and June, we'll be doing the Well of Ascension. Live show should be around June 21st. And then the end of June and through July will be The Hero of Ages, as well as the 11th Metal. And the live show for this one should be sometime around August 8th. Next, we are moving on to Warbreaker. So for August to around mid-September, with the live show around September 19th, we're going to be reading Warbreaker. Well, I'm going to be rereading Warbreaker, and I'm really excited about it. I think it works out well. I mean, I'm not entirely sure when Brandon Sanderson is going to be coming up with the sequel for Warbreaker, but at least the story will be a little more fresh in my mind than it previously was when that next book does come out. And then lastly, through to the end of the year, we're going to be reading the Stormlight Archive, Arc 1. So that means mid-September through October. We have The Way of Kings. The live show for this will be around October 24th. October and November will be Words of Radiance as well as Edge Dancer. We don't have a live show for this one just yet, but then in November and December, we're going to be reading Oathbringer. Again, no date. That's the plan. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a year of Cosmere. I have a few of the books so far. I still need to pick up Elantris and the Arcanum Unbound, which I think houses most of the short stories and novellas. And then I just need to get the second and or third books in the Mistborn trilogy and Stormlight Archive. If you guys are interested, please do join us. If you can't commit to the whole thing, feel free to jump into particular books, particular months, whatever works for you. It's gonna be such a great time reading these books and discussing them with you guys. within all the live shows and things like that. But that's all that I have for this video. Let me know down below if you're going to be joining us, at least in part. I'll see you guys very soon in a new video, but until then, I'll talk to you in the comments. Bye!